Alright guys, dig in.
Damn fancy. Em thấy nó giống y chang phở của anh mà.
Come on, làm sao mà y chang cái của anh được?
Nó chỉ chia màu khác thôi nhưng mà khác là xem á anh.
Ok.
Em nói thiệt.
Ok.
Nó giống phở anh quá, anh không có nói, không có nói được cái khác.
Ok. Hey guys, and welcome to today's pho review. Today's going to be a bit different. I'm going to do an express style review. Earlier today, I was down at Westfields Garden City, which is a big shopping centre on the south side of Brisbane. I did a bit of shopping, a bit of eating, and since I was down there, famous words, I went and purchased a pho from a place called Leighton in 8th Street, which is an Asian style food court which has tiny little hawker style stores. Bean sprouts, Thai basil, lemon, hoisin, sriracha. This was $12.90, but it actually cost me $13 because the bag was 10 cents. And being an express review, I'm not going to go through my entire 13-point scoring criteria. I'm only interested in the broth. And I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to wait until the staff get here and then we're going to do this review as a group. This is the amount of meat that you get. And I'm just looking at the broth really quickly. Before I even taste it, I already know that there's chicken broth in here as well. So it doesn't look like it's 100% beef bones, because the only way you get this oil slick on top with the circle patterns is from chicken bones or using boiler hens. So I assume, without tasting it, that they've done some sort of split between beef bones and chicken bones. Maybe a 60-40, a 70-30, I'm not too sure, but definitely I know what's going on before I even taste it. First things first, I'm going to do a broth comparison. Em cho anh một cái ly y chang như vậy không? Recording. All right, let's go over here. This is my 24-hour bone broth, but it's actually been here for about 36 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the broth from Leighton with this broth here. This would score a 2 for the broth clarity test because it looks really, really nice. It's got a lot of depth to it. Okay, meeting guys, everyone come in. Okay, representing the normal people is my staff, Dan, Alyssa. Sorry. Jung, Home. All right guys, dig in.
Damn fancy.
Okay, next. Ok, bây giờ mấy đứa viết một cái số từ 0 đến 5, ok? 0 là dở, no. 0 tới 5. Ok, và anh sẽ hỏi em đúng một câu. Em phải describe nó với một chữ. Ok không? Let's go.
Em trước đi ha.
Từ từ.
Em một anh.
Ok, Hùng có một cái giấy chưa? Ok, em viết một cái số từ 0 đến 5. 0 mean là nó, và 5 là like phở của anh. Ok. Ê, đừng có nói gì hết. Đừng có nói gì hết. Ok. Một chữ.
Nó really savory á.
Anh.
Nó ngon.
Ok.
Em cho số 5 á.
Wow.
Nó y chang phở của mình luôn á.
Ok, 3. Một chữ. Salty. Ok.
Em 3. Just like salty.
Cũng hơi mặn hả? Ok không?
Nó mỡ hơn.
Đúng rồi, nhiều mỡ lắm hả? Ok, mà em cho số mấy?
Cho số 3 hơn.
Số 3. Ok.
Cái
Thì em có share ở trong tiệm này phải không?
Ủa đâu sao em thấy nó giống y chang phở của anh mà.
Come on, làm sao mà y chang cái của anh được?
Nó chỉ màu khác thôi vậy nhưng mà khác là xem á anh.
Ok.
Em nói thiệt.
Ok. Maybe anh làm ở đó luôn. Ok, cảm ơn.
Bữa ra anh phở của ai anh?
Một cái tiệm ở Westfields Garden City.
Cho em thử lại nha.
Thử lại đi.
Ủa sao em thấy giống phở của anh mình
Cái nó mặn lắm, cái nó ngọt chút xíu đầu tiên mà tình cuối cùng nó cái mặn quá, nó kéo cái lưỡi.
nó giống phở anh quá, em không có nói, không có nói được cái khác.
Ok. Alright, mày đưa cái setup đi.
Ở nhà mình chọn rồi.
Nó nhiều mỡ quá hả?
Ủa, nhiều gì vậy?
Yeah, nhiều lắm. Em nghĩ nó có nước gà trong đây không? Nghĩ
Tại
có
vì
chút gà
nếu
trong.
mà anh ghi cái mỡ
Yeah, nó là mỡ gà.
đúng không? Em
Right.
cũng đang định nói là mỡ gà tại vì em mới nấu không có nước
Yep.
hầm gà thì nó hơi giống cái nước của
Đúng
em.
rồi, anh nói y chang hôm nãy. Straight off the bat, this broth is very smooth, but it's got this little salty curve at the end. As I've said from the start, I suspect this has got some chicken broth in it, which just smooths it out. It doesn't taste completely of beef, and I can't really taste any spices, like can't taste any cardamom, cinnamon, star anise, clove, so it looks like they've gone light on the spices. I'm gonna give this 3.5 because I just did not expect it. In the context of a Westfield shopping centre in a tiny little takeaway hawker style store, this is excellent. Hơi nhiều bột ngọt quá, khá quá. So a couple of closing remarks about that broth. It is nice, although it's got a bit of a rough edge to it. It's got this salty aftertaste, which I didn't like. One reason for that could be when they made my takeaway, they brought it to a boil and put it in the bowl, and it's obviously evaporated a bit and reduced, making it a bit saltier. I'm not sure how this would have tasted had I had it there at 8th Street. The other criticism of it is there was just way too much MSG. I'm on my second glass of water and my throat really hurts, so even though it scored 3.5, it probably would have scored a -2 for the MSG test. Also, it was just very, very oily. I mean, the broth was oily itself. You guys see that? That is a ton of fat. But on top of that, the noodles looked like it came straight out of the packet because it had a lot of oil on it, which is a sign that they've just pretty much opened the packet of noodles and put it straight in. So the oil from the broth plus the oil from the noodles, it just made it this really oily mess, which I did not appreciate. But apart from that, in the context for what it is, in a Westfields for $12.90, if you're going shopping, that is perfectly acceptable. And that is it for tonight's episode. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.